Few cars come along here. I've had the whole ride virtually not much traffic at all, These are day trippers. A lot of these will be day trippers going home. It's a Sunday afternoon. Well,
500cc rise like the wind. Leave the stress and aggro of city life behind. The winding roads and mountain fields. My home where my spirit flies.
Alright, so on the return leg, 141 k's plus about 100, so about 241 k's so far. Yeah, so the NX500 is going well. It's a well-balanced bike for these sort of roads. I've got anybody that's new to the channel, if you just on the channel, there's multiple videos on the 23 Transalp, 25 Transalp, and this bike, the NX500, which is my latest bike, which I'm quite happy with. It's a bit of a downsize from a 750 Transalps. So in my life I've owned any weapon from a Honda Z50J as a youngster, 11-year-old, to an FJ 1200. That was my biggest bike, FJ 1200. She was not a bad bike, 85, 86, the red and white model. Showing my age there. But she was one quick bike, I mean, maybe it pales in a bit of comparison if you're now comparing it to the modern day production bikes, but it was still considered quick then. It'd do even 0 to 100, I think. I don't want to exaggerate or not exaggerate it, but I think it was around about 2.8 seconds, 0 to 100. But it could have even been a bit quicker than that, maybe 2.6, 2.4. I think it did a quarter mile in 10 point something seconds. But I think it had a character about it. It was obviously a 4-cylinder. It had its own. It was the fastest bike I'd ever ridden, so it's still the fastest bike I ever owned. So, but I mean, we've got higher buses now, and yeah, it's probably nothing special now. But back in the day, it's a production bike. It was for a time there. It was it was considered the quickest production bike in the world, up for roll-on power. Between 40 and 80 mile an hour, something like that. It was a very quick bike. So I'm quite happy. Decades later, gone through the Versys as a returning rider, KLR 650. The last 3 years, KLR 650, the Versys 650. 23 model 750 Transalp, 25 model Transalp. I traded the 23 in on the 25, put 40,000 Ks on both bikes in total, 30,000 on the 23 model and 11. And I felt after getting the second 25 Transalp, I just felt, well, these are the roads I ride, I detest I just get bored on motorways. And you can cruise on most bikes on a motorway effortlessly, This cruises effortlessly on the motorway, And my average speed, and I'll sort of point it out from the beginning, I don't push the envelope, because I've had too many near misses with oncoming cars coming around blind corners, kangaroos, snakes, trees falling down, and constant potholes. So I just have a philosophy that if you can't see through a blind corner, you slow down, and we have a lot of blind corners on back roads. So, and crests and blind corners, so, tight corners. So my average speed hasn't dropped at all, and dare say if I had a a 300 rally or a Ninja 400, and average speed probably wouldn't drop either, because there's only certain speed you can safely, sensibly, I don't know if they're boring words to some people, but navigate these back roads, because of the variables spoke about, the wildlife, the oncoming vehicles that can't keep the wheels on their side of the road fully, the maniacs overtaken on double yellow lines coming towards you, like on bikes and cars and trucks, and blind corners, So I think the analogy is, if you somebody put a blindfold on you and told you you've got to make it 3 city blocks on the footpath, unaided, through peak hour, and crossing the roads and that, I dare say you're not going to run the 3 city blocks. I dare say you might be inching forward, and trying to think of a strategy. So it's the same with blind corners, going through vanishing points. Is well, if you can't see through what's on the other side of a corner, then might be wise to go slower rather than going faster. What's the cut-off point? I mean, we have to decide that for ourselves. What are we comfortable going through a blind 40-50 kilometre corner, 30-40-50 kilometre corner, blind corner, then okay, and what are you comfortable at going through a 60-70 kilometre corner where the vanishing point is where it's fairly tight as well, So is it as quick as you're capable of riding? Some people say, I'll go through that corner as quick as the bike will take me, but I can ride. Other people will say I'm going to go 90% of it, and other people say, well, I'm just going to go 30-40% of what I'm capable of through that corner, because I don't know what's through the corner. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to trail brake. I'm going to at least cover my brake. I mightn't even be braking, like I'm not braking through this corner, but I've got the cover on the back and the front brake. Now it's open, like the vanishing point is opened up here where the two sides of the road meet, so I can accelerate here comfortably, safely. So that's where I'm at. So this NX 500 sort of seems to match where I'm at. 60 years old, been there, done that. I find motorcycle riding very relaxing, meditative. I really enjoy it. So I want to keep doing it. And if that means dropping my average speed, dropping my speed in the corners, being cautious rather than bold, then so be it.